Good morning, Oak Grove Wildcats. Today is the week of March 29th, and these are your weekly announcements. I am not your principal, Mrs. Montgomery. She's on special assignment, but I am the vice principal, one of the vice principals, Mr. Ramirez.
I'm also one of your vice principals, Ms. Hernandez.
And I'm your instructional specialist, Dr. Macalino.
Okay, Wildcats, let's get ready for the pledge. Let's show our unity together. Place your hand over your heart and begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. And guess what, Wildcats? The month of March is about to be over. We're getting ready to go on spring break. But because it is still March, we are observing the IB Trade of Thinkers. And Wildcats, all of you have been such incredible thinkers because you've had to think really hard and truly understand how to figure out this new bell schedule that we started with this week. So awesome job being thinkers. You have been so resilient through it all because we know it was not an easy change, but you're doing a great job. And also, we are celebrating a man that was an incredible thinker, an incredible advocate and risk taker for his community, Cesar Chavez. And we get this Friday off in honor of Cesar Chavez, though it is celebrated on March 31st. So here we have a video so you can learn a little bit more about our civil rights activist, Cesar Chavez.
Cesar Estrada Chavez, an American civil rights activist and labor leader, was born in Yuma, Arizona on March 31, 1927. The Chavez family lost their Arizona homestead in the Great Depression and in the late 1930s moved to Northern California.
Cesar and his family became migrant farm workers thrust into the industrialized agriculture of California.
Cesar dropped out of school after the 8th grade to help support his family by working in the fields.
Cesar joined the Navy right after World War II, and he saw places he never would have seen, so it did open his eyes up to the world very much.
After the Navy, Chavez returned to the fields and became a grassroots organizer for a Latino civil rights group. He then left the group and formed the National Farm Workers Association, now known as the United Farm Workers of America, with the goal of unionizing farm workers.
Cesar believed that the movement he founded had to be more than just a union that was solely concerned with improving wages, hours, and working conditions, although the UFW certainly did that. But it also needed to address the crippling dilemmas that farm workers face in the community after they came home from work.
Most people were poor. They didn't have access to good housing or health care or education.
Chavez was adamant that his new union follow a strict policy of using only nonviolent tactics as a means of negotiation. While the organization was still in its infancy, UFW embarked upon one of the most influential boycotts in U.S. history, the boycott of all California table grapes.
The Great Boycott really took off in '68. Cesar had studied history. He knew that for 100 years, farm worker strikes were brutally crushed, and that the agricultural industry, which in California is one of the richest, most powerful industries in the state, controlled much of rural California. So what Cesar needed to do was take the fight from the fields, where the odds were stacked against the farm workers, and move it to the cities, where the farm workers at least had a chance.
Over the next few years, led by Cesar Chavez, the farm workers would boycott, protest, march, and fast their way to a collective bargaining agreement, which guaranteed field workers, among other things, increased pay and the right to unionize.
He was responsible for a lot of the labor codes that we see today, the protections, the benefits, but the basic right to organize and affiliate.
As the head of the United Farm Workers of America, labor rights was not the only cause championed by Chavez.
Cesar's commitment to social justice went far beyond the farm workers. In the 1960s, he was a strong and vocal opponent of the Vietnam War. In the 1970s, Caesar was an early and vocal supporter of gay rights. Also not a popular position, especially at that time, among his own constituency.
Cesar Chavez died in his sleep on April 23, 1993. He was survived by his wife Helen, their 8 children, and 31 grandchildren. In 1994, he was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Bill Clinton.
In 1975, there was a reporter with a national news magazine following Caesar around for several days, rallies, marches, picket lines. And in an interview, she asked him what accounts for all the affection and respect that farm workers show you in public. And Caesar paused for a moment, and then he smiled his easy smile, and he said, "The feeling is mutual."
Thank you, Ms. Hernandez. Another amazing thinker and risk taker is Ms. Dolores Huertas, Cesar Chavez's right-hand woman. And since today is the last day of Women's History Month, Wildcat 6th and 7th graders will spend DLI learning about Dolores Huertas and how she co-organized the labor union with Cesar Chavez, along with Larry Itlium. And then 8th graders, you will continue to work on your 8th grade service learning project during your DLI period. So once again, through your hard work, you will learn many organizational and research skills that will help you become a stronger, independent learner, but at the same time, you will be helping out our community. Your research and selfless actions will make this city, this world, a better place for all. Keep up the good work, and let's go 8th grade Wildcats.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Marcolino, for all that information, and Ms. Hernandez as well. Hey, 6th and 7th graders, elective course selection time. The window closes today. So you got to take and do that. Now, when you get to your Aries portal account and you get to classes and you go down to class requests, off on the right, there is a button that says search. When you hit search, the class list will be populated and you'll be able to make your choices from there. So just remember, today is the last day. The window will close after that. So, to it. Now, full schedule. We've had a great first week with our hybrid and distance learning bell schedule in the afternoon with our hybrid A's and our 100% virtual students in stable group A. So tomorrow, it gets flipped up. So hybrid B, stable group B, are going to be in person, and 100% distance learners, stable group B, will be doing their work virtually, which means hybrid A and 100% distance stable group A, you are working asynchronously. Say it with me, asynchronous learning. So remember, if you're still having difficulty trying to understand this schedule, please check our website. We have the PowerPoints and we have videos to help that explain. And then also we have our the spring bell schedule. So check it out. Now, also, we don't have school on Friday because, as we heard earlier, Cesar Chavez, we're going to observe his work, his life, and all the others that helped him, like Dolores Huerta and all that, to celebrate on Friday. But then we have spring break, the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th off, and then we get to start all over again. So I hope you're excited because we will want to welcome you back on April 12th for Stable Group A back on the 12th.
So many changes, so many groups and vocabulary words that we are learning through this. So it's important, Wildcats, to take our deep breaths and say our affirmations. As adults, we say our affirmations too because we face challenges on the daily, like having to put all those schedules together, right? So say it with us. It is okay to embrace changes. And here we have the affirmation from last week because we're still continuing with these changes. I am grateful for new challenges that help me grow and become stronger.
I embrace the changes in my life with curiosity and gratitude. Change is natural, and I welcome it with an open mind.
I welcome the changes in my life with a positive attitude.
Right, Wildcats, that's it for this week. Remember, we're practicing those 4 R's, whether you are in person or you're doing your work virtually. Be respectful, be responsible, be resilient, and be risk takers. But remember, during spring break, we still want to make sure you're practicing social distancing. Have fun, have a break, but still practice that. Wear your mask, and we look forward to having you back after the break and seeing you online or in person. So, hey, take it easy, relax, enjoy.
And like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you're still a little confused with these schedules and what these words mean, remember, we have uploaded the tutorials to our YouTube channel in English and in Spanish. So both you and if you have Spanish-speaking parents, they can watch them as well and catch up on what is this big change that you all are doing so greatly. Have a great weekend, Wildcats, and spring break.
Take care,
Bye,
Wildcats.